Okay, everybody, my name is Ditmar. As you probably know already, thank you very much for joining again on the second part. And what we'll do now is continue the configurations from the video 1 in regards to previous video in regards to VPC. So the very first video we talk a little bit about the concept, some of the use cases for VPC. On the video number 2, we talked about some of the configuration steps for the VPC. Specifically on a video 2, we configured a VPC34 between these two boxes, and the member port we also configured a VPC down to the catalyst. This video, what we'll continue that topic, we'll continue the journey by configuring the VPC12 and have all these port members bundling into the back-to-back VPC, the concept of back-to-back VPC. And we'll continue the conversation. If you recall, we finished the previous video talking about the spanning tree convergence, and we'll see what that means now once we have this full VPC configured. So without much conversation, let's continue with exactly where we left for the first part of the video. So now let me bring this down over there. There you go. So let's do it. First step, just like you recall, is to log in to your switches, of course. Interface. Go into your management interface, and let's configure 1.1/24. Let's configure a management IP on those interfaces. And I'll go on this one, on the switch 2. I'll configure also the management interface IP address 192.168.1.2/24 no shut exit. Next, feature VPC, we need that. We need feature LACP, we need that on both boxes. So feature VPC, we need feature LACP. Next we need is what? VPC domain 12 to create the VPC. VPC domain 12 peer keep alive. Destination is going to be 192.168.1.1. Source 192.168.1.2 on the VRF management. The opposite on switch 1. Peer keep alive. Destination 192.168.1.2. Source 192.168.1.1. VRF management. Enter. If I do show VPC, I should see peer keep alive. Peer is alive. Next is the peer link interface Ethernet. Interface Ethernet 1/2-3. Channel group 1 mode active. No shut. Same on the other switch. Interface Ethernet 1/2-3. Channel group 1 mode active. No shut. Exit interface port channel 1. Switch port switch port mode trunk, and VPC peer link, right? No shut. Same here. Interface port channel 1, switch port mode trunk, VPC peer link, enter, no shut. If I do show VPC detail, show VPC, show VPC brief, right? I see peer is alive, adjacencies form, no issues, no problem, not a problem. Now, if we look at the interfaces going down, right? If we look at the interfaces going down to VPC 34, to the VPC domain 34, we have interface 1/4. If you cannot see it, so from this switch, we have 1/4, right? That is, it's going this way. We have 1/5 that's going this way. Likewise, on the other switch, we have 1/4 and 1/5. Now, a common issue that most of you need to be careful is a lot of people have misconfigured this, thinking that, you know, this one is part of one port channel X, and then they configure these other boxes like port channel Y. This is a problem. This is a misconfiguration, because recall, now the switches need to be treated as one single switch, which means once this VPC has been formed exactly how you see it now, this one it's also formed as you saw in the previous class. Now all these interfaces, they are going towards the same box. So all of them, they need to be part of the same port channel. We use port channel 1 on this side, port channel 1 on this side. The one facing downstream, we gave it port channel 20. So let's use port channel number 2 on both of the switches to connect those back-to-back VPC. All right, so let's do it. On switcher 1, I'm gonna say interface Ethernet 1/4-5, channel group 2, mode active, no shut, exit, interface port channel 2, switch port trunk and caps, not switch port, I'm gonna say switch port mode trunk, and then I'm gonna say what, VPC, and it's going to automatically inherit the number 2. So this one is going to be VPC number 2, no shut. If I go on NX02, interface Ethernet 1/4-5, channel group 2, mode active, no shut, interface port channel 2, switch port mode trunk, VPC, no shut. If I do show ether channel port channel summary, right now it's going to show SS suspended. Why? Because I it shows suspended because I have not configured the other side. I've not configured the port members on the VPC34. Likewise, you see that the port upstream is the same, is 1/4, 1/5, 1/4, 1/5. So we go on the same thing, we go on the Nexus /3, we say interface Ethernet 1/4-5, channel group 2, mode active, no shut, exit interface port channel 2, switch port mode trunk, VPC, no shut. So what am I expecting right now? I have only configured the Nexus 03, right? So this port it's been configured, and this port it's also configured. From the VPC domain 12 point of view, I've configured all the ports. So if I go and I check the config, I'm expecting to see passive, and suspended and suspended. Let's verify, because I have not touched the NX04 yet. So if I go to NX03, if I can locate it, yeah, if I go to NX01, which is what I want, if I do show port channel summary, there you go, I see 1/5 in passive. If I go to NX02, show port channel summary, I see 1/4 passive. So I need to go back to my NX04 and say interface Ethernet 1/4-5, channel group 2, mode active, let's wait for that command to take in. I'm on NX04 and I set interface 1/4 and 5, channel group 2. It's taking a while there. Show ether channel summary. No, show port channel summary. NX04. This one is kind of hanging. Let's check. Let's check the NX01 and see what's going on. Show ether show port channel summary 1/4. It's showing as, oh, this is from NX01. 1/4 is still showing as suspended. That is because, you know, the NX04, all right, it just took it. Now I have to go to say interface port channel 2, switch port mode trunk, and VPC no shut. And now if I go back to the same switch and I now see passive. So as you can see, we have now a back-to-back VPC, right? So let's save the config, because we're gonna start adding on top. Copy, run, start. We touch the NX04, copy, run, start, So we are saving these configs. Copy, run, start. Same thing on this switch. All right. So what I want to see now is from one of the switches, let's say NX03. Let me do show spanning tree. Show spanning tree. It tells me, listen, port channel 2 is the one that's supposed to go towards your root bridge, which okay. So apparently the VPC domain 12 is the root bridge. But you see, the MAC address of the root bridge is still untouched. The same applies to NX04. If I say show spanning tree, I see the same process. Now, what I wanted to show you is this following. From the NX01 perspective, if I say show spanning tree, look at what it tells me. I am the root bridge, and which is okay, but look at the switch number 2 now. So spanning tree, well, the second switch is also thinking, you know, the root bridge, it's also the switch 1. But what should happen here is they both should be claiming they are the root bridge because they are on a VPC. Right? Because right now, if there is a failure on the top switch, let me show you what's gonna happen next. Right? So let me clear the screen. So we have this switch, these two switches, and they are part of a VPC. Likewise, we have these two switches, two nexus, part of a VPC. And they connected like this, using 4 ports on the port channel number 2. Now suppose this switch goes down, which in theory is the what? Is the root bridge. So there is going to be a new root bridge election going on to find out who has the lowest priority or who has the lowest MAC address. Eventually, let's suppose the second switch is going to win the battle, but you know, the port is not changing. So because the port is not changing, the root port is not changing, there is no really a need for a convergence to happen or for packets to drop because of this. In order to fix that, we need to also make sure that though these two switches believe they are the root bridge. So if we go to NX01 and I say VPC domain 12 peer switch, I go to NX02 and I say conft VPC domain 12 peer switch, right? So now I have enabled the peer switch, but peer switch is not the only thing I need to do. I need to go and say spanning tree for VLAN 1 priority is going to be 0. Same priority and the minimum priority. Exit. Spanning tree for VLAN 1 priority 0. Now let's look for what is going to happen from a switch 3 perspective. If I say show spanning tree, let me make it bigger. Look what's happening. Before he was telling switch 1 was the root bridge. But now there is a virtual MAC address claiming to be the root bridge. If we go on switch 4, same thing happens. Now we have the virtual MAC addresses claiming to be the root bridge. Now look at what the interesting thing is, what happens on these peer devices. So if I do show spanning tree, let me go back, show spanning tree. Listen, this one says, yeah, this is me, this is me. I have no root port because I am the root bridge, and the same thing should apply to this switch. Even though it has a root bridge, but look at this one, it's still electing itself has the root bridge. Which means now is, in case there is a convergence on the network, if the primary or the secondary goes down, there is no convergence time between these two boxes. Right? And just because we need to do the same thing, interface, we have to go to VPC domain 34 and say peer switch conft VPC domain 34 peer switch. All right, that is the lesson for today. How to enable back-to-back VPC and how to enable the peer switch command and why we need the peer switch command. Note that for the VPC domain 34, we did not set anything on the priority. That is because we don't need to do it. We already set the domain 12 to be the root of the network. Hope you liked the lecture. Join me for the next topic. We'll continue to build on top of what we've seen as we progress to identify more features of the VPC. So let me save the config. All right, save the config. And I will see you in the next session to review more details about VPC. Until that, take care, have a good time, and I'll see you in the next video.